Thanks, Dean Mazzio. I appreciate it. It's a real honor to be here with you all today. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and participate in this event. Graduates, congratulations on an incredible accomplishment. I'm excited for you all. I wish you all tremendous luck and fortune moving forward as you step into this next chapter of each of your lives. So, an epiphany is defined as a sudden insight or revelation, usually initiated by a simple experience. 20 years ago, almost exactly, in the summer of 2004, I found myself sitting in a kayak in Colorado. Sounds nice, right? Sadly, this was a 15-foot-long sea kayak, like an ocean kayak. I think it was like by LL Bean. 15-foot-long kayak, not good for running rapids in Colorado. Thankfully, I was safe because this same kayak was sitting basically in dry dock. It was wedged diagonally in the tiny apartment that my wife and I had in Boulder, Colorado. So I'm sitting in this ocean kayak on the floor of our apartment in central Colorado, and I am hoping for an epiphany. See, I just returned from a year-long deployment to Iraq, and after 8 incredible years as an infantry officer in the Army, I decided that it was time to go pursue something new. My wife and I had just gotten married, so we had a lot of big life changes going on, and I was trying to think about the next thing, like what I was going to do when I grew up. The problem was I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. And even more accurately, I had no idea what was even possible out in the civilian world. Worse yet, I was too proud to ask for help in navigating this decision-making. Honestly, I was a little bit embarrassed about my lack of knowledge of the business world, so I just set out to figure it on my own. And that's how I ended up in our apartment kayak, trying to come up with ideas. Now, as a brief explanation, this big ocean kayak, you'd wonder why the heck we have it in Colorado. Well, it was a super well-intentioned and very sweet gift from my sister and her husband for our wedding. And it made for a unique, albeit temporary piece of furniture because, of course, we couldn't use it up in the mountains of Colorado. Also, my wife cautioned me. She's like, man, you're starting this out, and it sounds really sad. You're like this guy by yourself in a dark room sitting in this boat. Like, it's really kind of depressing, right? So I just want to make note. Actually, that same morning, I'd been out mountain biking all morning. It was a really nice break. I think I saw an eagle while I was on the trail. I stopped. I remember this specifically. It's 20 years ago, but one of the best breakfast burritos I've ever had, green chili on it. I mean, things were good. Things were pretty good overall. But nevertheless, I was still in this landlocked boat trying to come up with ideas with no knowledge or perspective on how to do so. And so, as it turns out, sitting by myself, waiting for an epiphany was not proving productive at all. Inertia is the tendency of objects in motion to stay in motion and objects at rest to stay at rest unless an external force causes a change. Thankfully, my wife, Maura, was that force. She came home from work. She sees me sitting on the floor in the kayak, in the apartment kayak, and after laughing at me really for a while, and mocking gently, you know, like only like a spouse can do, she finally was like, man, you got to get the heck out of the kayak. And you need to get moving, figure it out, ask for help, seek advice. And thankfully, that's what I started doing. One of the first people I spoke with was my brother-in-law, and his advice was simple. Network. If the problem is that you don't have any ideas, go seek out ideas. He basically put it to me like this. If you don't start shaking hands, you'll never shake the right one. And ultimately, that's how I eventually ended up at Olin Business School. As a demonstration of the power of the Olin network, once I started actively reaching out to people, I found out that a couple of my undergrad classmates were actually MBA students here. So I connected with them and they started selling me on the program. And as the dean mentioned, when we visited, my wife and I found a really welcoming and impressive group of students, of faculty, staff, and a really engaged and impressive group of alumni. I also connected with the Olin Veterans Association during that same visit, which became my family within the broader Olin community. Strong ties that really continue to this day. I am both proud and fortunate to be a part of the Olin community now, which grows stronger today as all of you, our most recent graduates, join the alumni network. Now, I'm sure you all remember the concept of network externalities from your econ classes, and it's really dangerous to do this with a ton of professors here, because I'll probably be wrong on how I recall. But in my recollection, it's about where the value of a product or service can change based on the number of users. I'm looking for decent, sir? Okay. This effect holds true for our network, for the alumni network, for the student network. The more active members we have, the greater the value of our network to all of us. So here's my challenge to you as our newest alumni. Be involved. Be active. Mentor students. Donate your time. When you're able, donate your money. Attend Olin alumni events, whether here in St. Louis or wherever life takes you. Sponsor internships at your companies. Hire Olin grads. Network with other WashU alumni. Stay in touch with the great friends that you've made here as students. And importantly, help us recruit other top quality candidates to come here and earn the opportunity to be a part of the Olin and WashU family moving forward. This is an amazing place. Hopefully you have all experienced that. Let's keep making it better together. In addition to you investing back into the school and into the alumni network, I encourage you to continue investing in yourselves. That's what you've been doing here as a student, right? It's investing. It's certainly not free. I mean, there's money, obviously time, tremendous effort. There's the opportunity cost of either being partially or fully out of the workforce while you're here. It's a real investment, but I am positive that you all are worth it. And I'm confident that the investment you've made in yourselves will generate huge returns. So now that you're graduating, I encourage you to keep 4 goals in mind. 1, do something you love. I'm really fortunate to be able to say that I've been with the same firm since I graduated here in 2008, and I love the people I work with, and I love what I do. Find that. You've earned that right. Think about all of the countless hours you've invested studying, test taking, paper writing, small grouping. That feels like a verb. So that's 1. 2, keep learning. Model professional curiosity as you continue to your post-Olin careers. Ask the second and third order questions. Take time to research and grow, and make time to pause from the daily whirlwind of life to take assessment, to think about strategy, to develop long-term goals. Be creative. Push the boundaries of opportunities, of what you, your team, and your organization have historically thought possible. Don't wait for an epiphany to strike you. Play an active role in seeking information and developing insights. 3, be a positive force for continual improvement and change. As a team member, as an employee, as a leader, commit to making yourself and your places of work better. Complacency is a fatal disease for individuals and for organizations. So never stop being a driver of productive change and positive energy. And 4, finally, take care of yourselves and each other. You're all driven as professionals. You wouldn't be graduating from business school if you were not a driven professional. But don't forget to make time to be with your loved ones. And when you are there, be fully there. Be truly present when you're with them. In closing, be on the good side of inertia. Don't stop moving. Don't stop improving. Don't stop being a catalyst for positive change. Take what you've learned here at WashU Olin and be difference makers. And if you ever find yourself alone, sitting in a boat on the floor, either figuratively or literally, stand up, get the heck out of it, and get moving. Thank you all for the opportunity to speak with you. Congratulations and good luck.